Hello, in this video we will see how to build a product card like the e-commerce website Zalando. Zalando is a German e-commerce platform. In the first part of this project we will use CSS to design product cards. In the second part we will use JavaScript to add effects to product cards. Let's start building the products card. I am using Visual Studio. It is a time saver. You just need to click on exclamation mark and it loads HTML code that you need to start writing HTML code. We will divide the page to three parts. The first one is for the sidebar, the second one is for the product, and the last one is for the margin. To do that, I will create a container. Inside the container, I will create a div for sidebar, a div for products, and a div for the margin. Inside the products div, I will add 6 products. I am using images from the website Zalando. You can visit the website to select products and images of your choice. I will add an image to each product. I used an image 2 times. I will change the image of the second product. Now it's time to add a style to our page. I will add a link to my CSS file. First I will set the margin and the padding of the page to 0. I will use display grid to make the page responsive. I will use the property grid template columns to divide the container to 3 columns. The first one 3 fractions, the second one 10 fractions, and the third one 1 fraction. The image is showed in full size. To make it responsive, I will set the width of the image to 100%. Now the page is responsive. I want to show 3 products in the same row. To do that, I am using display grid and I will divide the products section to 3 columns. I will add a margin from the top and I will set the gaps between grids columns to 25 pixels. The next step, I will add a heart icon to the product card. I will use an icon from Phantasm 4. I will copy the HTML code of the icon and I will pass it into my HTML file. I need to add a link to Phantasm CDN. The heart icon is above the image. To move it to the top right of the product card, we have to use the property position. I will set the position of the product to relative and the position of the div that contains the icon to absolute. Now the icon is on top left of the product card. To move it to the top right, set top to 10 pixels and right to 10 pixels. The background of the icon container is white and it has a shape of circle. I will set the border radius to 50%. Now I will add a margin to the icon. I will make the icon bigger. I will add a padding top to move it to the center of the div. Finally, I will make the icon thicker. Next step, I will add a footer to the product card. Inside the div product, I will add a new div footer. Inside the footer, I will add a div brand that contains the brand name and the price before discount. In the CSS file, I will use display grid to show the brand and the price in the same line. I will add a padding, change the font size and add a background color. I will make the text thicker. I will move the price to the right side of the div and I will add a line through to the price. In the HTML file, I will add a div of description and the new price. The description has a lot of properties similar to brand. I will move the new price to the right and I will change its color. I will return the font width of description to normal. When the screen gets smaller, the text jumps to another line. I will set white space to no wrap to force it to stay in the same line. The image with description is bigger than others. I will set the overflow of the brand and description hidden, so if the text is larger than the width of div, the overflow property will hide a part of the text. I will set text overflow eclipse like that we know there is more of the text. Now I will create a new class promo. Inside the div brand I will add the ratio of extra promotion and the ratio of discount. In the CSS file, I will use position absolute to move the ratios above the footer. I will use display flex to show the two ratios in the same line. Next, I will change the background of extra promotion, the color of the text, and I will add a padding. I will do the same thing for the second ratio with different colors. Next step, I will add colors and sizes of products below the description div. I will create a new div size. Inside it, I will create a div for colors. In the CSS file, I will change the width of images of colors. In the HTML file, I will add some sizes. In the CSS file, I will set the font size 13 pixels, font weight bold, Color of the text gray. I will add a padding, a space between words, and I will set the background white. I will use display flex to show images of colors in the same line. The last step, I will change the display of the small devices. For the devices smaller than 900 pixels, I will set display flex. For devices smaller than 600 pixels, I will display two products cards in the same row. I will duplicate the code for the other 5 products card, and I will modify images and information. This is the end of the first part. In the next video, I will use JavaScript to add effects to products cards.